Okay, so I wanted to share with you some things that I'm looking at and some events that unfolded last week. The first one I want to talk about is this little baby that was born in the Philippines on Halloween. A baby girl, and her name is Danica. She was chosen as a symbolic 7 billionth person. Okay, I just want to show you how the Power Control Force has a very well scripted, well choreographed, and well developed plan that they're rolling out in this last days Armageddon scenario. So her name is Danica. Now Danica is a Slavic girl's name. Danica means the morning star. This is the name given to Venus, Lucifer, Jesus, or the light, the bright morning star. Okay, the word morning equals mourning, or to mourn a death. So the word star is also linked to the five-pointed star, the North Star, the vulva, Venus, again, the goddess of love, conception, and the suggestion. This is all suggesting a new world. Okay? Now, this is a birth, the 7 billionth birth. And then other thing that I noticed, that this baby Lisa Irwin from the United States, her mother was drunk 4 hours before she went missing, the baby, on October 3rd. It turns out that that baby's first birthday was 11/11/11, last Friday, Veterans Day. 11 equals death, which is why Veterans Day is celebrated on the 11th of November. Numbers are very important to the Power Control Force. Keep that in mind. Now, another symbolic date, 9/11, was another date of disasters we had in Turkey. November 11, 2011 can be looked upon as either 9/9/11 or 11/9/11 from the subliminal perspective. On this date, the last day of the Islamic Hajj, it was the last day of the Islamic Hajj pilgrimage to Mecca, and the last day of Eid al-Adha, the Feast of Sacrifice. Yet another sacrifice has been offered in all places, Turkey. This was not an aftershock based on the this was an aftershock basically based on the previous fault line earthquake of 3 weeks ago, where 600 people were killed. Okay, but this was also a new plate that let go, resulting in a 5.7 earthquake and approximately 25 buildings collapsing, resulting in deaths and injuries. Now, this is all happening before the Turkey Day, Thanksgiving in the United States. So remember, if you remember my previous videos, if you've been watching my videos, if you haven't, I encourage you to go watch some of the older videos, because they provide lots of information in terms of how I connect the dots here. But in one of my previous videos, can't remember which one, I was talking about that Turkey Day, November 24th, is going to be a Phi Code ritual day. So just keep that in mind. Now, the reason why I have this existence picture here is that all this conjuring up, this deception program, is to keep you from the nature of your true existence. And the nature of your true existence is that you are divine wisdom, resting in a state of paradise. If you so choose to figure that out for yourself, it's very challenging to move through this dark, sinister program to learn the truth or relearn the truth of who you are. Because what has happened is that as divine wisdom, you are captured in this illusory reality. The nature of your existence is that you are divine wisdom, and you are all-knowing being as divine wisdom. You do not need this thought form process that is manipulating you into believing that you are this physical being with 5 sense reality and your personality that is you, and that's all that you are, locked into this what? This death program. Yes, you're living amidst a death program, a program based on death. And that is not who you are. As divine wisdom, resting in a paradise state, you are an eternal being. And why do they conjure up this death program? Because it's a lie. Because if they keep you believing that you are born and that you die, then you'll never reclaim your eternal existence, which is divine wisdom. You don't die. You're an eternal being. And this death program keeps you locked in a state of fear and chaos and destruction of this planet. And it allows the power control force, those that run this world, to manipulate you even more and more and more, and to siphon off your energy so that you can be used as a source of food for who? The power control force. So keep that in mind. Now, line 1111 is another symbolic day. Or let's look at 11, another symbolic day, in that the earthquakes that occurred as the moon, these earthquakes in Turkey, occurred as the moon was entering its full cycle on November 10th. By November 11th, the full moon was corresponding to 11/11/11. So keep that in mind. I want you to look at this movie, Immortals. Immortals is a movie that came out on 11/11/11. And the synopsis on this movie, which is very much in line with what I'm talking about in terms of your eternal state as wisdom, it's tying in to this movie very much so. Immortals. Here's a synopsis. As a power-mad king raises ancient Greece and threatens to destroy humankind, a heroic young villager rises up against him in a thrilling quest in timelessness as it is powerful. The brutal and bloodthirsty king, played by Mickey Rourke, and his murderous army are rampaging across Greece, demolishing everything in their wake with ruthless efficiency. Sounds like the power control force, what they're doing to our world right now. Village after village falls to the Hyperion legions, and each victory takes on one step closer to its goal. Right. Each victory takes us one step closer to its goal. As I'm saying here, this third-dimensional construct, this illusory system that we are in, has a well-scripted, well-choreographed, well-directed program that's playing out, and each step is taking us closer to the ultimate goal. What is the ultimate goal? The last supper. The last supper that'll occur in the Ring of Fire in relation to the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco and the Lionsgate Bridge in Vancouver, British Columbia, where I live. Okay? And all this is leading up is to a singularity of Phi code ritual events. Because why? Why? We have eaten from the forbidden fruit of knowledge. Of knowledge. We humanity have eaten from the forbidden fruit of knowledge. Yeah, that's a bunch of, baloney. That's a story that we've all bought into, just as we bought into the death program. Yes. So while we're having these earthquakes in Turkey, we're going to be leading up to our Thanksgiving event in the United States, Turkey on the 24th. So watch out, because 24th is the FICO ritual that I mentioned before. So back to this movie. So unleashing the power of the sleeping titans to vanish both the gods of Olympus and all of humankind, it seems that nothing will stop the evil king's mission to become the undisputed master of the world. Believe that? Yes, the power control force wants to become the undisputed master of humanity here on Earth. And their plan is to destroy as many of us as they can. So this thesis, this young stonemason named Theseus vows to avenge the death of his mother in one of Hyperion's rage. When Theseus meets an oracle, her disturbing visions of the young man's future convince her that he is the key to stopping the destruction. Yes, you are the key to stopping the destruction of this physical world system. You are the key to stopping the destruction of this physical world system. You must reclaim your natural state as divine wisdom. That is the only way you will be able to do what needs to be done here. Because when we reclaim our natural state as divine wisdom, I know this may be sounding way out there for some of you, we can detach from this system, this illusion, this insanity, and we can live in our natural state of paradise. That's what we're here to do. Not get caught up in these Comet Elenin type of events. The power control force hides behind comets to implement their dark, sinister program. Anyway, that's a good little bit on that movie. And another point is, since the elimination of Gaddafi by the Libyan rebels, the upheaval in the Eurozone has increased dramatically. We saw this happening last week with the Greek Prime Minister stepping down and a new one being implemented, the Italian leader Silvio Berlusconi, also from Italy, stepping down. The obvious question is, why all this happening at the very same time? Because it's part of the plan that's rolling out in the last days emigrant rollout scenario, coming to a theater or in a theater near you right now, if you are able to have the eyes to see through the deception program. And again, the key is not to retaliate or to resist what is happening. The key is to watch and wait and see what they are doing. They are masters at deceiving you, and you must come to know the truth of this so that you can win. You can win this game that's being played on you. And they're trying to stop you from winning, but it's not going to happen. Because the more and more people who come to the truth of who they are, that is divine wisdom, that we are eternal beings, that we will remove ourselves from this matrix, this illusory system, and it will no longer exist. It will cease to exist. But if we start clinging onto this system and hoping and wishing it doesn't dismantle, well, then we are still caught in the illusion that it is real. And it is not. It is an illusion. It's insanity. So, obviously, all of these events, the Prime Minister of Italy, the Prime Minister of Greece stepping down, all these are intensifying events that are leading up to devastating consequences when viewed from the third dimensional perspective. What has been a disastrous financial mess throughout the world is now turning into political, financial, and societal fiasco. So let's look out for two other countries, Portugal and Spain. They make up the pigs, the PIGs. We already got ING, now we just need P and S. And all this coupled with the record-setting floods and the intensity of earthquakes and seismic volcanic activity, everything is really intensifying. Yes, intensifying to this singularity. This last day, Armageddon, rollout scenario of the Last Supper in the Ring of Fire with the Golden Gate Bridge and the Lion Gate Bridge in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, where I live. All of this to deceive you into believing it's all real. You are to become fearless, and not buy into the lie, the deception program, because it's insanity. It's laughable. So let's look at here. The countries to be watching right now are Syria and Iran. They are right close to Turkey, where these major earthquakes happen. Let's look at Syria. Take a look at this little guy, or this Prime Minister of Syria. Bashir al-Assad is a leader of the Ba'ath Party. Ba'ath equals bath, water equals flood. Al-Assad is an ophthalmologist, an eye doctor. He must be tied in with the all-seeing eye. He studied at St. Mary's Western Eye Hospital in London. Yes, he's part of the program. Bashir al-Assad, yet another symbol of the thought form process that conjured up this 3D illusion with the ultimate intent of destroying a great portion of it, so that the world will know that the light bringer, the initiator of the thought process, also called God and the devil, is indeed the supreme being and the most high of all things. But it's not. You are the most high of all things. This thought process, this thought system that uses the Illuminati, they are above the Illuminati, this thought process, this thought form system that runs this world. They use the Illuminati. They manipulate the Illuminati or the power control force, whatever you want to call them, to do their dark, sinister program. And they play God and they play devil. They've written your history books. They've written the astrological system. They've developed the scientific system. They wrote the Bible. They've written all your myths. Everything you've bought into, which is a complete utter lie, is done by the power control force. Long time ago. To keep you locked in to believing that this reality is, in all fact, real. And it's not. So I want to leave you with that. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Again, you are to become fearless. You did not eat from the forbidden fruit, from the tree of knowledge. That did not happen. You exist as wisdom. And you must come to know that, the nature of your existence. Because until you do, you won't be free of this system, this matrix. It will keep you locked in fear, in utter chaos and destruction, fearing for your life. And it's further from the truth, because really, we have a very bright future, a very, very bright future. But we must reclaim our right to that. Anyway, remember to stay in the heart, subscribe to the channel, let me know what you think, and remember to stay awake. Don't buy into this nonsense, because it is absolute nonsense. It's insanity, what these people are doing. It's just mind-blowing. It's insane. But, you know, the more we can stay abreast of what's going on here, the better position we'll be in to just watch and wait. Don't resist. Don't retaliate. Just watch and wait. And do your work. Do your inner work. Learn the truth of who you are so you don't get caught in this program of manipulation. Talk to you soon.